Welcome back. Today, we're going to make a pretty awesome shift. We are going from just using APIs to actually building our own. It's time to go from being a consumer to a creator.
So tell me if this sounds familiar. You're a developer, you're building something cool, but you're stuck relying on some third-party API, right? Like JSON placeholder. You're basically working with someone else's stuff, playing by their rules. I like to think of it like this. Using an external API is basically ordering takeout. Sure, it's easy, but you have zero control over the ingredients, the menu, anything really. But building your own API? That's like being the head chef in your very own kitchen. You have total control, and everything you need is right there with you.
So yeah, that dependency on outside data, that's the real problem we're talking about today. And we're going to break down exactly how to solve it and take all of that control back.
Here's the cool part. The solution is probably already sitting right there in your project folder. We can actually use the Node.js server you already have to whip up a powerful mock API, turning our little project into a real-deal, self-contained, full-stack application.
All right, let's get our hands dirty and actually build this backend. And the best part? We only need to touch one single file to make it all happen, our good old server.js.
We're going to do this in 3 super simple steps. First, we'll create our own data. Then, we'll build an endpoint, a URL, to serve that data up. And finally, we'll fire up the server to bring it all to life. First up, the data. And look, we're not doing anything fancy here. We're literally just creating a JavaScript array with some employee objects, right inside our server file. This is our pantry, fully stocked with all the ingredients our app is going to need. No more trips to someone else's store.
Okay, next up is the menu item for our front end, the API endpoint. With just this one little function, we create a URL/API/employees that will serve up our data as perfectly clean JSON anytime the front end asks for it. It's that simple. And this is the last piece of the back-end puzzle. This one command starts our server and tells it to listen for requests. In our kitchen analogy, this is us flipping the sign on the front door to open for business.
Now, let's hop over to the front end and see how we plug this all in. And you're going to love this because we only have to change one single line of code in our app.js file. Remember this? This is how we used to do things. Our application had to make like a long-distance phone call out to some server on the internet, just hoping it would pick up and send back what we needed.
And check out the new way. Look how clean and simple that is. We just swap out that big, clunky external URL for a simple local path. Instead of making a long-distance call, we're just yelling down the hallway to our own backend. It's faster, it's way more reliable, and it's completely 100% under our control.
So, we've built the backend. We've connected the front end. There's really only one thing left to do. Let's run this thing and see it all come together.
So we head to the terminal, and it all comes down to this one simple command. This is what brings our backend to life and officially makes our project a living, breathing, full-stack application running right on our machine.
Once you run that command, your console will give you this little confirmation message. That's the green light. That tells us our API, our kitchen, is officially open for business and ready to take orders.
And there it is. You'll load up the page in your browser, and the employee directory just appears. But this time is different, right? Because that data isn't coming from some stranger on the internet. It's coming directly from the server that you just built.
So let's just pause for a second and appreciate what just happened. This is not some minor coding trick. This is a fundamental shift. You are now in complete control of your application's entire data flow, and that changes everything about how you can prototype, test, and build.
So just think about the new skills you've got in your tool belt now. You can create a mock API on the fly, you can serve up local data from your own backend, you can build a complete self-contained project, but the biggest thing, you're now in control of every single part of your application, from end to end.
So, I'll just leave you with this. You are no longer just a consumer of data. You are a creator. You have the keys to the entire kitchen. So, the only question left is, what are you going to build next?